Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric. Um, I decided to do a whole video on baggage, and it's probably worth a couple of videos, but we're going to try to do it in one instead of just covering it just a little bit in the past video I did. So, what is baggage? Well, baggage is all that stuff that has gone wrong in your life, failed at, that you were never able to let go of. And your baggage is never good. It's not healthy. But you cling to it like this is the only thing I have of me when that's not true. What is probably the best example of baggage? Okay, let's say a young woman meets the love of her life. They get married. 3 to 4 years down the road, things don't work out. So they end up separating and then finally getting divorced. It's hard on anybody. It's not easy to think that you are no longer with that person you thought you'd be with for the rest of your life. Okay, so anyone going through this has got to have time to get grounded again. The last thing you want at that point is to just jump back in because it's called a rebound. And we don't want rebounds because rebounds are just going to continue to happen. They're just a short term fix. Does that make sense? But she takes some time off to herself, feels like she's gotten to know herself, and is now her friends have talked her into getting back into the dating scene and possibly finding that Mr. Right. But there's always a Mr. Right or Mrs. Right out there. You just got to find them. And let's say you find them, you get that lucky. But you start sabotaging the relationship because your baggage is telling you, slow down. We can't go through this again. Don't trust him. He's just going to leave you. Everything negative from a prior relationship is in your baggage, is in that bag, and it's whispering in your ear. So you may have Mr. Right sitting in front of you, but if you never took the time to get rid of that baggage before you started dating again, you're going to self sabotage any possible good relationship that you might have. Because what's a good relationship based on? To me, anyways, is trust. Having total trust in your partner. And if you're carrying that baggage that the last guy that you thought was your true love became untrustworthy, then this one's going to become untrustworthy as well. And you don't even give that person a chance to get out of the gate, to start running. So I highly recommend that you take a good look at your baggage before you enter into a new relationship. And if you're in another relationship or you're in one that hasn't gone south yet, I shouldn't say yet, because I mean, there's a lot of examples of 50 and 60-year marriages. So, but It's time to empty that baggage. It's time to get rid of it. It's time to take it off your back so that you just don't feel you haven't got any energy because you're dragging it around with you. Now, some people will say, well, having kids is bringing baggage to a relationship. Not if the other person is okay and loves your kids. That's not baggage. Baggage is what you're carrying from the other guy, the other relationship, and the downfalls and what took place. So, when's a good time to do it? Why not today? Today would be. So, let's start today at it. How do we do it? Well, we first have to recognize that it's there. And you'll know that it's there because it's all that self doubt that, keeps coming into your head. At what point do you need to be at in order to start trusting another person in a relationship? Some may say never. But if the baseline for a good relationship is trust, then will you ever have a good relationship? Or will it be one of these superficial relationships? Because you don't want that. You don't want to fake it until you make it. So we first have to take an accounting of what we have for baggage and decide what is it we want to keep and what is it we want to get rid of. The more you get rid of, the better off you are. And for some, it's just talking out loud about it. Some would suggest possibly a therapist at this point. I wouldn't discount that. That's a good idea. But if you also have a best friend that you feel like you can be open and honest with, and you trust them with your thoughts and feelings, to be non judgmental and not to make fun of or to start spreading gossip, that's not a friend. Sometimes just getting it out in the air and talking about it and saying, these are my fears. We all have fears, but we need to overcome it. The sooner you get rid of that baggage, the sooner you can get back into finding that Mr. or Mrs. Right. And I would say take it slow. But take an accounting of your baggage and get rid of it before you get into another relationship. If you're already in another relationship or you're in a relationship that you feel like, a lot of that is tugging at you all the time, it's a good time to do it too. Get rid of it. Go through it one by one. Get rid of what you can't use. Keep the rest. The lighter the load, the better it's going to be for you. If you have any questions about what I've been talking about, put it right in the comment section. I do read them and I will respond. And if there's enough comments about a certain particular aspect of it, I'll be more than happy to sit down and do a video. If it just helps one person, then it was worth my time to do it. If you could also like and subscribe, that would be super as well. It helps get word out about us. Do it today. You're worth it. All right. I appreciate all of you. You guys have a great day.